And this is just really brave. They're doing what they want, they're doing it on their terms, and they're doing it so beautifully that you can't help but appreciate it. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications because, well, if I'm honest, that helps me out a ton. And hopefully it helps you out too because you won't miss these when they go live. Now, we're back with more Nightwish. Why? Because it is Nightwish Saturday, and I love Nightwish Saturday because I get to put my reaction out, hop in the live chat with you guys, and have a damn good day. Now, as we progress our way down through the Human Nature album, we get to a track called Harvest, and I can't wait to listen to this one. So without further ado, Nightwish Harvest. Let's see what you got. Okay, bit of a tribal vibe.
My harvest will come, tiny valorous straw, among the millions facing to the sun. I will pause before a man whose path has just begun. Something unsung now wake up.
Okay, I'm going to go back a bit to lead in, and I'm going to take a stab and say that that is Troy leading in with the vocals, because it doesn't sound like Marco, and I know that Troy plays a bigger vocal part of this album. Really nice. Started out quite tribal, and then this ominous drone came in, and it's still going. But when his vocals came in, along with the visuals in the background, it's quite hopeful. So you have that ominous drone, you have a lot of the hopeful stuff, and then you've got that steady tribal beat. So conflicting in terms of setting the mood and the music in the background, but really awesome. Very different start to any Nightwish song I've heard before. This is cool.
I will pause before a man whose path has just begun. Something unsung now wake up. The quaternary code gave mankind a rose so we could see the beautiful die. Strange piece of stone hovers over crops, and a child's face aglow before the side.
Okay, again, going to go back to lead in. Nice to see those acoustic guitars coming in. Really interesting panning going on. It almost sounds like there's two layers of guitars, because if you've got headphones on, you should hear some of the higher pitch in the right, and then you'll hear an almost offbeat, slightly delayed strum pattern in the left, and it works really well together. But again, creating that hopeful, bright sound with the hopeful melody of the vocals. Drone is still there, and some of the visuals getting a bit darker. So I like how things evolve, and I like how they kind of push and pull you in different directions. This is unlike any Nightwish song I've heard before, but I am very much for it.
Strange piece of stone hovers over crops, and a child's face aglow before the side. Join the harvest of 100 fields, hearty and tame, all going back to one single grain. Offer light to the coming day, inspire a child. Water the fields, surrender to the earth. Water the fields, surrender to the earth. Water the fields, surrender to the earth.
Okay, some very cool vocal tricks there in the recording, and I'll go back so hopefully we can hear that, because I think particularly on this line here where it says inspire a child, have a listen at the delay and echo on that. So when you leave gaps, you can actually hear some of the vocal effects that have been put on there. Very cool. It sounds really awesome. The reason you do that is because if you had a vocal that was stripped of all resonance, it sounds really awkward and it doesn't fit at all. So that's really cool. And it's just a nice way to kind of let you in on some of those bits there. But that is an awesome chorus. I'm assuming it's the chorus. I do have the lyrics up here, and I read through them beforehand. And I'm trying to kind of piece together if there is any other hidden meaning behind it. But you know, using the harvest as a metaphor possibly. But this is really nice. Again, very, very different, but I like it. It's kind of folky. It's more chilled, but it still sounds like Nightwish, and that's what I love, is that they can dip in and out of that symphonic kind of stereotype, and they can push the boundaries, but it's still their signature sound, and you still know it's them.
A light to the coming day, inspire a child. Water the fields, surrender to the earth. the fields, surrender to the earth. Water the fields, surrender to the earth. They have beauty beyond the pole.
And again, sorry, when that chorus starts, I forgot to mention, I just realized now because the drone came back in. As that chorus started, the drone went away. So the ominous nature of that disappeared and it feels like it's back again. I wouldn't put it past Thomas and the rest of the guys and Floor to have had a conversation about evolving the emotional intelligence of the song. And I think it's really smart.
The fields surrender to the earth. They have beauty beyond the poetry, but choose a silent misery. The deeper their sea, the less remains. They'll find the pretty words and tame flocks to herd. There's that sort of arousal of dare.
The keys coming in, and again, very different to what we've heard Thomas play. It sounds really nice. It's all complimentary. It's bright. It's hopeful. It's smart. It's so simple, but it's very smart. Again, this verse piece that is now different to the first verse piece because of the additional adding of the keys. And it's just evolving a song. It just is a smart composition to what is actually quite a simple idea. And that is half the reason I love these guys.
Join the harvest of 100 fields, hearty and tame, all going back to one single grain. Offer light to the coming day, inspire a child. Water the fields, surrender to the earth. Water the fields, surrender to the earth.
Okay, what I am picking up here, and I'm going to have a stab at the lyrics as well. As I mentioned, I read through them beforehand, and I kind of got the feel it was about, we all have a certain time on Earth, and it's about making sure that that time isn't wasted. It feels like it's, this line in particular, water the fields, surrender to the earth. So basically, give back, make what's to come better before your time kind of ends. If I'm correct there, I'm not sure, but I know they've always got a really thoughtful message behind their lyrics, and that's what I'm taking from it. It's really, really cool because Troy is still sitting as the main vocal, and we know how good Flo is, we know how good Marco is, and I could hear the layering of that. There is definitely a deeper harmony underneath, so you can hear all three of them working together. But it's nice that they didn't try and kind of push it and say, okay, well, you get your little moment in the sun, if you will, and then Flo's going to take it from here. I like that they have the confidence and the ability. Really nice male vocal. His voice really suits the folky elements of this, so I don't mind it at all.
Child, water the fields, surrender to the earth. Water the fields, surrender to the
Oh, I want to hear that kick in again. That was cool. So we're definitely taking a turn here. We're about, I'll say halfway through the song. Definitely taking a turn here. Again, starts to feel a bit more ominous again. That key work is now much more representative of what I know Thomas does with these mischievous stuff in some of the other songs. A lot of runs, a lot of movements on those keys. It feels like there is no clear top and tail to it. It feels like it has a life of its own, but it definitely sits within the melody of the track. And as this is evolving, I'm getting really excited because they've kept you calm, they've kept you kind of settled in that simple melody, and I wonder where it's going to go from here. Very cool. Acoustic guitar still panned left. Hang on. I'm just going through it in my head, and I heard that clap come in with the percussion, and I thought it's interesting how they've been alternative percussion instrumentation as opposed to like a full drum set, and then that kicked in. So come on now, I heard that distortion. Come on. Okay, so that is such a sick riff there. As it started, my brain went lead guitar, but then there's a slight whistle on there, which makes me think pipes. And I know Troy's in this song, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was both together. There is definitely a rhythm guitar in the background. We're doing a lot of palm muting, following that kick drum. Again, palm muting. If you don't know, you use your palm to muffle the vibration of the strings, so you don't get the full ring out and resonance, but you do get the tonal value. And you can kind of move your palm off and on to allow the full note to come through, and that adds dynamic and different characteristics to what he's doing with the guitar work. And he's doing that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is a lead tone underneath that is echoing or amplifying what is happening on the pipes, I believe. That is very cool. That's just an awesome riff anyway, but that extra dynamic to it, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is so cool. I'm just so lost. I want to stop in and talk about all these little things I'm hearing, but to be honest with you, sometimes music should just be heard. It shouldn't be explained. And this is one of those sections where I think it is an instance where the melody is just, it's fantastically put together. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the initial idea and it was deconstructed back. I mean, there's a million ways to write songs like this, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the leading ideas. It's so powerful. It's so awesome. I love that the double kick work has come in to evolve. Again, not doing anything over the top, not doing anything too silly, just wonderfully beautiful to listen to. I feel like I'm watching like this like Celtic live performance. It's so cool, man. It just, okay, I need to like, as soon as this is done, I'm finding a way to make that my ringtone. That was cool. How'd they do that? It sounds like it had just an EQ filter on that, so it would have pulled out the it's interesting, and I'll explain this. This is maybe a good time to talk about it. So sometimes even when I'm editing my own audio, I'll have a 10-band EQ, and it's all the frequencies that you can hear, right? And there's sometimes a problem. Sometimes it sounds a bit echoey, or sometimes it sounds a bit nasally, and there's certain frequencies you can pull up and down to eliminate or to counter that. And that is almost like the inverse of that. So they're emphasizing the problem, if you will, to make it really MIDI, to make it stand out and sound a bit different to what the ordinary vocal is. And there's possibly a bit of drive on there as well, but it's just really cool. Yes, 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 yes. I am fully on board with that. I love it. It's different. It's a new branch of the Nightwish tree I haven't gotten to explore yet, and that is sick. I loved so many parts. In fact, I loved that song. I was waiting for them to push it and do something very different, and I got a small taste of that with like the Islander and songs like that. But this is really cool. Feels like they're coming into their own. Do you know what this is? It feels brave. Now, I know they're a huge band and they they've got loads of respect from fans, but I think bands always feel no matter how big they are, they always feel this pressure from fans to keep writing the same music, to keep writing the big songs, that kind of style that got them noticed. And this is just really brave. They're doing what they want, they're doing it on their terms, and they're doing it so beautifully that you can't help but appreciate it. Really awesome. I was trying to count there at some stage. It sounded like there were 5, possibly 6 vocal layers. There was definitely a lead vocal for Troy. Marco was singing underneath, I think. And Floor definitely had 2. She definitely had 2 in the end there. She was doing a harmony, and then she was doing like a higher piece run, which was a little bit softer and in the back. To open up the editing files on that in Pro Tools, whatever they used, must look like a nightmare. But got the desired effect across amazingly. That was so cool, man. That was such a great song. I'm super amped about that one. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to do the next one. Again, I am going through this album in its entirety, and but I may throw in 1 or 2 of the older songs I haven't gotten to yet in the mix. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, really loving this, and it feels really consistent for me. It feels like I'm going on this journey, listening through the album with you guys. It's my first time doing like a full album listen through, so hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am. It's awesome. One other quick thing before we go. My guy Tank, the tech, check his channel out. He's got some awesome videos up, and he does Nightwish Wednesdays, so you get to almost get a double dose of Nightwish. One from him in the week, and then one from me on the weekend. We have a joint Discord that link will be in the description below. Pop in there and say hi. We're always in there chatting and causing a ruckus, so we'd love to get to know you all a little bit better and have you join the server there. So do that if that's your thing. Otherwise, until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.